You are studying Sefer Vayikra, a new Sefer in Torah. We have five Sefarim. Vayikra means called. Vayikra Hashem. It's very interesting. The name of the Sefer has to be Sefer of Korbanot, because basically it talks about sacrifices. The Korbanot that Kahal Israel bring, cow, bird, flower, whatever that they bring. But the name of the Sefer is Vayikra, because the purpose of the Korbanot is correspondence. Connecting with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, making relationship. All of the Sefer talks about the Hilchot and the way of relating to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Chazal tell us, HaKadosh Baruch Hu said, bring for me a cow, bring for me a sheep. And Torah says, when you bring cow and sheep and you bring as a korban, reyach nichovach Hashem. It is a satisfying aroma to Hashem. And then Hashem says, if you cannot afford, you cannot buy a cow, $5,000, bring a bird, $25, $50 a bird. And for the bird also Torah says, Reyach nichovach Hashem. It's a pleasant aroma for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Now, the same thing, the same terminology was used for a cow that the person spends $5,000, $6,000, and the bird that the person spends $20, $25. Now Chazal tell us why. Why did Torah do that? What's the point that HaKadosh Baruch Hu is telling us? Hashem is telling us the nature of relationship. Vayikra, corresponding. Lama ne'emar hakatuv. Now the Torah says for bird and for animal the same terminology. Ne'emar be'of reyach nichovach, ne'emar be'emar reyach nichovach. Bird, that's $25, $30, reyach nichovach. And for behemar reyach nichovach, lomar echad hamar be'echad hamamid, v'bot shecham elebor shamayim. Somebody does a lot, somebody does a little. As long as the person does it for HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that's the most important thing. By the way, in any relationship, you want the person should do it for your own sake. You know, wife says that when husband does something purely for me, even if it costs a little bit, it means a lot. But if you spend a lot of money, but it's just not there, that connection is not there, that for the sake of wife is not there. Or the same thing, wife for husband, children for the parents, parents for the children. Torah is teaching us the hilchot of relationship. Echad hamar be'echad hamamid. Somebody does a lot, somebody does a little, but the main point is the intention, the love, the dedication that the person puts in. But now Mefarshim have a very interesting question here. Because Torah doesn't end up with that, with the bird. Torah says, what about somebody who is poor? He cannot bring even a bird. Torah says, he could bring a fist of flour, brings flour for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And that also is accepted. And if you notice in Torah, by that also it says, Reyach nichovach Hashem. It's a pleasant aroma for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Now, Chazal could have said much greater point that if somebody brings a cow, $5,000, and the person brings a flour, a little bit flour, that costs a couple of cents, both are the same in front of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But Chazal didn't say that. Chazal said somebody who brings cow and somebody who brings bird are the same. What about somebody brings flour? Why don't say that? Now take a look in Rashi. Rashi says, unbelievable point in halacha, in relationship. Nefesh ki tagri qurban mincha laHashem. Rashi says, for all of the people that they brought qurbanot, behema and the bird, Torah says, Adam ki yagriv. But here, Torah says, nefesh. Why? Qurban nedava ela b'mincha, mi dar kol yitnadeh mincha, ani. Nefesh was said only for a poor person. Because who brings flour? A poor person. Amar HaKadosh Baruch Hu, ma'ani alav hakatuv, keli grov nafsho. Somebody who is really poor. He cannot afford to bring a cow. He cannot afford to bring bird. He feels nobody, nothing. What could I bring? It doesn't make a difference. Ends up, it doesn't bring anything. But Torah says, don't make a mistake. You could afford to bring flour. You bring. Hashem says, it's as if that he's bringing his soul to me. It's like Akedat Yitzchak. It's unbelievable. Something that we feel it's not worth anything. Torah says, no, it's worth much more. Because he's bringing from his soul. He's dedicating himself for HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That flower presents him. We are living in a society that everything goes with packaging. Everything goes with how appealing the things are. Torah is telling us relationship doesn't go with that. Relationship goes with devotion, dedication. How much this devotion and dedication, that makes the relationship. You tell a wife and children, you love your husband, you love your... They don't say that he bought me such a thing. No. Say, dedication. A child says, my father loved me. Why? Because, my bike was broken. One day he took from his job and go and fix it up. The wife says, my husband loves me. Why? Because one day I was sick and he stayed home to take care of me. That love and dedication makes it. So that's the Sefer of Vayikra, calling correspondence to make the relationship.